All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Go ahead, David Moore, Dallas Morning News.
Mike Zimmer, Dallas Cowboys. David Moore, Dallas Morning News. Just talk about the impact you felt Micah had working his way back after missing the previous 4 games, and not just his play, but how that opens things up maybe for Overshown as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's a flamethrower, so you definitely see a difference in the speed on the field, and with him and Demo both on the field at the same time, that's a lot more juice coming out.
Clarence Hill, All City, Dallas. Can you talk about Overshown's growth? Is he seeing it faster? I mean, he plays fast, but is he seeing things faster?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Scott McCurley's doing a good job with him. With with all the little details, and he's come a long way since training camp and spring practice. But he keeps getting a little bit better on being more precise in his alignments. But when he sees it, he goes and gets it. So he's done a nice job.
Early on, you didn't want to rush him as much because you wanted him to learn the linebacker position. But now, because he's learned, that allows you to use him as a rusher more.
Yeah, I mean, some of those were just pressures that were called or situations, things like that. But yeah, I mean, obviously he has a knack for beating back, so that helps too.
I'm Mike Todd Archer with ESPN. You came up with a different package to look like when you had Leafile on the field, 3 down lineman thing. What did you think of the production you got out of that package especially in the first half, it looked like you got really get home quite a bit?
Yeah, it was just a different group. We've done that before in my past years, and I just, we're trying to give the offense different looks, different pressure situations, and I just thought it'd be a chance to, get another athletic guy in there and can do drop and cover and rush.
And then on the Goddard touchdown, you get Overshown home free, and he can't get the sack, right? What's the feeling when you have it perfectly dialed up and just the other guy makes a play on you?
Yeah, I mean, stuff happens sometimes. It's just, that was a big play. He scrambled around and found a guy open. So, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, when you get free runners, you like to get them home.
John Machota with The Athletic. As a former head coach, being in the position you're in right now, when your guys are not getting the results, wins and losses, what's your message to the defense? Keep
grinding. I mean, like I think I said this last week. We went in after we lost our third quarterback. We went to the NFC Championship game. So, there's still a lot of football left. We obviously have to play better. I think we defensively we have been playing better the last few weeks in spurts. We just gotta sustain.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. Carson, young player, how is he growing? I'm sure there's going to be some times he's going to look like a rookie, and other times he's right there.
Yeah, he's missed a fair amount of time, so him kind of getting back in the rhythm. But that's we don't have a lot of options out there, so he's got to go out there and go, and we got to keep trying to teach him the proper things to do. There's a couple situations in the game that he probably made some rookie mistakes that that he's going to learn from, and he'll get better at it.
Sadis with The Athletic. Mike, can you feel it sometimes when a veteran quarterback like Jalen Hurts identifies someone like Carson and is kind of going in his direction more than?
Yeah, I mean, like every week there's typically someone like that. Both teams have a plan to go at someone, and try to help him some in some certain situations. You take guys out of other situations to help other guys, and then you're trying to cover for this and cover for that. So it's just the way it is.
And then when you do pull him out of the game, what's the messaging to him?
He just needed a break. He'd be all right. Sometimes, thanks. Sometimes, I forgot what I was going to say. you know, I can't remember now. Anyway.
Garrett Podell, CBS Sports. On the coverage in which Trayvon got the interception, what worked really well there for you guys on that play?
Really, it was he made a great play on the ball.
And what have you seen from him just throughout the game? I mean, after that, they didn't target him again. How did you look?
Well, they were going the other way,
Yeah.
but you know, they decided to go to that side. But no, he's been doing good.
Nick Harris, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Micah Parsons, just his mere presence, do you feel like that has a trickle-down effect to the rest of the pass rush unit? And did you see that kind of come to life in the first half?
Well, they you know, especially in the second half, they turned the protection to him quite a bit. So, and we knew it going into the ball game. We, you know, part of the things we didn't do well is, you know, we weren't disciplined in our pass rush lanes. I think the quarterback had 60 yards rushing. We had 5 penalties on defense. The first drive that they scored on, we had 2 penalties, I believe. You know, and for us to get over that hump, because I think we were going to get them out even in that series where they scored the first touchdown. You know, we can't have penalties. We got to play clean football. You know, we can't grab guys. We can't hold guys. You know, it's just the way it is, and we're going to continue to coach that.
And compared to before the bye and now after the bye, rush defenses seem to really improve. I mean, limiting Saquon Barkley to what he had yesterday. What have you seen kind of change in that department?
I thought the defensive line was more aggressive yesterday and coming off the ball. We've had to mix up fronts, change up movements. We've had to do a lot of different things that, you know, is kind of sometimes when you come out of training camp, you don't know exactly where you are, you know, because you're seeing the same plays all the time, and so we've just had to adjust quite a bit.
Babe Loffmer, 105.3, The Fan. Mike, you guys have not been good opening drives in the first quarter or the third coming out of halftime, but yesterday you forced 2 punts on obviously the opening drive and the start of the second half. Has that been a point of emphasis for you, and how do you emphasize that if that's the case?
We know the stats. I don't know that, excuse me, the emphasis really is that we're playing good. Again, you know, going in the ball game, I wanted to change the front. I know what I was going to say now. They change up some of the tendencies in the second half, and I was probably a little late to change back up. So, but saying that, I was trying to really change the fronts up a lot against them because, you know, they had the different runs. The one quarterback run that they had, the counter quarterback run, it was a 0 blitz. You know, it was 2nd and 8, and I thought they were going to throw the ball. So, you know, it's a little bit of, you know, cat and mouse the whole time. We're trying to give them some different looks, and, you know, they're trying to come back and give us different looks.
I don't know how far you are into the Houston prep yet, but how varied is their offense with quarterback, running back, get some tight ends, receivers that can make some plays?
Yeah, they look explosive. I think I was just reading that their offense is one of the most explosive ones with big plays. Quarterback, he really does a great job with, you know, he kind of flicks the ball, and he's got good accuracy, moves well in the pocket. You know, I'm not real far down the road, but the receivers look pretty good. Running back, good.
And this is going to sound stupid, but how challenging has this year been for you personally, just to deal with this, and, you know, the numbers aren't what you want them to be, and the wins and losses aren't what you want them to be? How difficult is it?
Football, you know, it's obviously it's not what we anticipated, but it is what it is. And so, you know, and honestly, that's what we've been trying to do these last 3 weeks. We've been 3 or 4, I don't know how many weeks now, but, you know, change things up, find some things that are going to work for the players that we have. And, you know, so we're just giving them a lot of different things, and you know, we've added obviously a lot more pressures than we did earlier. You know, we anticipated we'd have really good rushers, you know, and could play some coverage. And now we understand that, you know, we're going to have to heat some guys up So I think that's why this, sacks and the pressures the last few weeks have been up.
Here.
Hey, Mike, Houston's offense, dramatic home road splits. What goes into an offense playing, dramatically different on the road in a negative way than when they're at home in that case?
I couldn't really answer that question. You'd have to ask Shoddy. Thank you.
Good transition.